Okay, so we're live.
Hold on, I don't have my music up
It would
yet.
appear that we are live.
Okay, now I think I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm going to hit record and off we go.
Okay.
Well, thankful welcome to Caching in the Northwest, the only podcast dedicated to geocaching in the Great Pacific Northwest. Tonight we're talking about caches and caches unique to this little corner of the country. So grab a turkey sandwich with heavy gravy and get outside. It's time to go caching in the Northwest.
And we can't do that until we bring in our wide awake monkey. Some say he eats his weight in macaroni every year, and others say countless songs have been written to tell his tales. All we know is he's called Land Monkey.
Hey, thanks, guys. Great to be with you. I hope you're all having a very happy Thanksgiving.
If you're on the south side of the border.
Well, that you are, so that's why I'm saying.
Aren't you polite?
Yeah. Anyways, good to see you both. And of all of our live listeners, those who are on the south side of the border, on the south side of the wall that is currently being built, I'm sure. Hope you're having a great Thanksgiving. And for those on the north side, happy another Thursday.
Just another Thursday.
Oh, we already had our Thanksgiving.
I know.
We're way ahead of you guys.
We're just copying and a little late.
Yeah. We're almost a month ahead.
Yeah. Hey, before we get going too far, we want to take the time to thank our Denali level supporters. That's Limax, the Mount Vernon Parks and Rec Department, and worldcaching.com. You know, if you want to know more about supporting the show, go ahead and click on that Patreon link on the geocaching.com website.
How about the cachingandw.com website?
I think that is a better one to click the link on.
Yeah.
You know, that would be right. Cachingandw.com. It's right there. I must have just a little too much tryptophan kicking in.
The turkey.
I'll get back to you after a little nap.
It's going to be like that tonight, folks. All right. Well, what are we talking about tonight, guys?
Tonight, we're talking about you, the listeners. Thank you so much for all that you do. We want to take this time to say thank you.
Thank you, listeners.
Yeah, we're grateful.
And thank you to those who sent in glows this week. We have been getting some glows. We're really, really thankful for that. And we want you to continue. So if you have a geocaching log of the week or a geocaching log of the week worthy log that you have come across, make sure you send it in.
You know, we don't care if it's yours. We don't care where it came from. We want to hear about it. You know, perhaps you're the one who wrote it. I'm sorry, what?
Can you plagiarize it?
Certainly. We don't care where it comes from. So if you know somebody who writes really good logs, go ahead and take credit. We don't care. You know, it's the way you play the game that matters. Oh, wait.
Hold on.
It's between you and the geocaching server.
There you go.
Who wrote the log?
We would prefer that we give credit where credit is due to the proper people.
That's true.
Creative Commons attribution.
Absolutely. And if they're going to do that, where would they send that?
Well, I would send it to feedback@cachingandw.com. Did you see it's cachingandw.com?
Yes, I did.
You can also call in to 253-693-TFTC, or you can use that voicemail too right there on the website. You can do that on your computer. You can do that on your mobile phone. You can do it on your tablet. You could do it while riding in the back of a hay truck. And you can tell us how you glow.
Sounds like fun. You know who told us how they glow this week? We got something from Memphis Mafia. Yeah. And, you know, geocaching log of the week, it's kind of the geocaching novel of the week. Because this is a really long one. In fact, it's so long that, well, we've split it up. We're going to share the duties reading the glow of the week. How about that? This one comes to us, as I said, from Memphis Mafia, and it's GC code GC5WFZF.
Ooh, thank you very much.
There you go. And it begins, part 1 here. The tale of one day in the past is one of magic and wonder that I wouldn't believe were it not to happen to me. The day began as any other day, if that day were in the magical realm of Odirolok, that's Colorado backwards, a land of majestic peaks and sudden blizzards being commonplace. This day, however, was intended to be one of relative calm and normalcy, as our hero, me in this case, took off on his daily wanderings to the local house of liquefied beans of caffeine. The idea of this walk was to acquire some hand-brewed energy and go about the chores bestowed by the queen of the realm. As I calmly awaited my turn to receive my elixir, I overheard a band of ogres talking about 2 treasures they intended to seek in the near vicinity. According to their ramblings, they had already mapped out the route to the treasures, and all that remained was to gather the necessary tools, armor, and horses for transport. I took the opportunity to intervene in their plans and offer what tools I had and to share a ride on my trusty steed with one of their brood. It worked, and I was allowed into the ranks of their search party. At this point, I was already visualizing the treasure that would soon be mine.
Oh, I like this glow. This is written well. He continues. We set off on our adventure and quickly left the beaten path, only to be faced by the entrance to the first cave, which I knew descended far below any safe terra firma. To my surprise and delight, we, as a group, reached the first stage of our journey without being challenged. Nary a troll or dragon dropping were to be seen. This may be the easiest treasure heist I have ever pulled off. These ogres would be none the wiser when I absconded with their loot. Now, the day took a turn as we faced the second obstacle, another journey into the pits of the underworld. From local legend, I was forewarned that this journey would include, or would for certain include, a long and perilous journey through lava tubes, an encounter with trolls, giants, and if we were lucky enough, a face-to-face with the sirens that protected the treasure.
This brings us to part 2. We set forward on our journey and were quickly plunged into utter darkness. The walls of the cave seemed to magically suckle the light from our torches, as I could barely see the back of the ogres I followed in. Barely a mile in, we were confronted by our first troll, who glowed with the evil in his heart. The advantage of being in a pack of ogres is that they took it upon themselves to run this solitary troll off without any effort on my part. We trudged on and reached a cavernous opening that beheld our first true test of wit, ancient marking that would hold the key to our further travel. This is where I was able to earn my keep and garner trust from the drooling brood. I'm giggling now because if he actually was caching with a group of other people and they go back and read the log and like, hey.
Anyway. I wasn't drooling.
I totally wiped that off my chin. Anyways, this is great. I'm really enjoying this. So great one, Memphis Mafia. Continuing on, after drooling brood, I made short work of the ancient riddle which foretold of our next danger. That next peril was reached far too soon, and we were greeted by the deadliest of foes, a pair of sirens. My heart didn't fill with fear as I had stuffed my ears with yak's fur, the only defense to their deadly song. Only when the third siren emerged from behind the others did my resolve falter.
Wow, note to self, pack yak's fur in my go bag. Okay, we finish up. From nowhere, one of the ogres jumped on the sirens and a terrible battle raged. In the melee, I was able to slip past undetected and sprint for the treasure. I was within sight of the final spot within moments when I was suddenly confronted by the true guardian of the treasure. He was a truly benign fellow who I knew through legend to be one to easily engage in friendly banter. I slowed myself enough to speak kindly to the guardian and was rewarded with the treasure I sought. In the distance, I could hear the battle had subsided, which meant the ogres would be right behind me. I knew that I had only moments were I to escape with the treasure. I formulated an idea on the trek in that just might pay off. It was a long shot, but the ascent through the lava tubes of the long dormant volcano gave me hope. I took out my shield, laid it on the ground, and loaded myself and all of my gear on top. The angle of the tube sent me zooming away from the Guardian and past the ogres. I reached speeds faster than anything short of using wizardry. The ogres would have no chance of catching me, and I would be long out of town before they emerged from the depths of the tunnel. I can now say that I escaped without harm, yet I will never be able to return to that village. I cannot name where this was, as I fear the ogres are still searching for me.
Oh, nothing like a drooling brood.
I was going to say, they probably would just let the whole thing go if it wasn't for the drooling comment.
Well, yeah.
So well written. Thank you.
Very good.
We love the creative logs. They are definitely glow worthy. And like we said, this is more of a novel than a log. It was broken into at least two parts to handle the restrictions in the length of logs. Did you know there was a restriction to, boy, I want to say 4,000 words?
Characters. Yeah.
Characters. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. No, not normally do you come into such a restriction, but there are times.
And this was one.
We also got an email this week from Dune Buddy, who says, "Happy Thanksgiving to your U.S. listeners and happy Canadian Earth Cache Day to the Canadians."
That was funny.
That was nice.
Very good.
All right. Well, hey, if you want a contest that's open to geocachers outside of the U.S.,
And who doesn't?
who doesn't? I mean, really, you can win yourself some, what?
And also to those within the U.S.
And to those with it. Yeah, that's right. It's open to everybody who listens to this podcast. You can win yourself some mustache trackables courtesy of our friends and sponsors at worldcaching.com. So win a hashtag stash cache trackable during Movember by posting a stash selfie with the hashtags stash cache and hashtag caching NW. Now, Chris of the Northwest, we're not going to ask you to spell any of that because you've proved in the past that you can't.
I am putting that in the show or in the chat, so anybody who's listening can jump over there and get the proper spelling without me having to go through the individual letters in some sort of random order, which I enjoy putting them in.
Okay.
Absolutely. But yeah, make sure you participate. That is going on for the rest of this month. And hey, you know what? We're at the 24th. There's not a lot of days left in this month. So
It's true.
send us your hashtag stash cache and hashtag caching NW stashy selfie.
Oh, stashy.
And you can win one of those 4 trackables from World Caching.
Definitely. Now, those trackables, or I'm sorry, to enter, maybe you have a fantastic mustache. Well, like Wit's End.
Yes, indeed.
Not everybody does, but some people do. Maybe you don't have a mustache at all. Why don't you, well, like one creative listener, maybe drink a foamy beer, a foamy beverage to put a mustache up there. Maybe you want to get your Sharpie out and draw your own mustache right there on your upper lip.
Ooh.
Maybe you want to print out your mustache. Either way, anyway, we want a selfie of you with a stash of some sort.
Yeah. Milk
That's all it
mustaches are
takes.
too.
Yeah, it all works, man. Just
Absolutely.
send it in. Use those hashtags. You're entered in the contest just like that.
Doesn't
Bingo,
get much
bingo,
better than-
bongo.
And
Irving.
You guys. All right. So it is Thanksgiving Thursday. And that means that many people in the United States of America lose their minds tomorrow. But you don't have to.
Please don't.
There is an option to that. And this is a hashtag that I saw starting to circulate about a week ago, REI. So at REI on Twitter was the first organization I saw really starting to promote this. And I thought it was a great idea. Christy, you want to?
Certainly, they pushed this last year with the hashtag opt outside, not just opt out side. REI is bucking the trends of Black Friday. And do we all know why it's Black Friday? Why not olive drab Friday?
because the retailers were supposed to make so much profit, it put them in the black for the year.
That's my understanding.
Exactly. That's the
Or
idea.
it's the mourning of the people who get trampled.
Yeah, something
Well,
like that.
Yeah. REI has bucked that trend, and they're actually closing their stores on Friday.
Yeah.
And they're giving their employees the day off to go outside.
Yeah.
So
Brilliant.
we've now seen other organizations follow that same idea. Some of the other outdoor companies are doing that, and I can't remember which ones.
The last count I heard was that there's over 300 different
Oh.
organizations across the U.S. that are participating in hashtag opt outside on this Friday, which I think is great. It's not something that really works in Canada because we don't have Thursday today off as a stat, so
Right.
people aren't taking tomorrow as a holiday under normal circumstances.
Yeah,
I
they
think-
created it last year and had such a great response that they're bringing it back this year, and they're encouraging people to join them. So they're encouraging you not only to opt outside this year, but to take somebody with you. With their slogan for the year this year is, "Will you go out with me?"
That's cute.
So
That's awkward to ask. I'm a married man. Nonetheless, it really fits with these geolocation games, be that geocaching or Munzie or Pokemon Go or Ingress or one that I'm going to forget about and get emails for. Go ahead and send those emails to feedback@cachingnw.com. But get outside. It's what we want to do. We want to go out and be outside. Now, we see that B Pendragon, and he says we, so I assume Die Monkey and IHAM are involved. Just assuming. They're going to opt inside for a museum.
Nice.
So
Well, it's still making the point, right?
exactly.
You're not going to line up and participate in melee at the stores. You're going to go and, for them, go somewhere where you can engage your brain and relax and enjoy your day. And that's what I think the day after Thanksgiving should be about, not going ape nuts looking for the best deal.
yeah,
IHAM also shared that last year Mount Rainier National Park was open for free as part of the hashtag opt outside, but he hasn't heard anything about it this year. I think that's a brilliant move by the national park to do something.
Right. I agree. I think Mount Rainier is actually already closed because of snow.
Mm.
I am sitting in front of a internet enabled machine. Let me look at Washington State Parks.
There you go.
yeah. There's lots of stuff going on.
What Coaster says, he says he's going to take himself to work tomorrow. Take that, shopping centers.
There you go.
So, yeah. And that's, like I said, because in Canada, we're just going to go to work. So this is really, it's funny because Black Friday, it's kind of a thing, but it's kind of not a thing here. It's not as big a thing as it is in the States. Although a lot of the Canadian retailers are trying to make it a thing, and they're just pummeling us with ads, printed and electronic, over the last couple of weeks about Black Friday. And most of us are like, yeah, I'm going to work. Have fun with that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's just, it's weird to me that that Canadian retailers are working so hard to try and pick up on something that doesn't functionally work properly up here.
Yeah,
it clearly doesn't functionally work properly in the US either.
Well,
but
there's that, yeah.
At least the day is, most people have the day off.
So, but you do have the Friday after Canadian Thanksgiving off, correct? Or
No,
option two?
No,
No.
ours doesn't work like that. It's not
It's
always.
not on a Thursday. Yeah.
Oh,
It's always on the 10th.
it's always on the 10th. Okay. Dora Moore does have the day off tomorrow, but she's sadly going to the dentist.
Huh.
So she's opting for Novocaine.
There you go. Yeah, don't opt out of that. But Coaster says have the dentist paint a mustache on the rubber dam.
Oh,
Make sure you get that selfie in.
Looking
Sounds like a
up,
winner.
where was it?
And Brylang corrected me. It's not always on the 10th. It's often on the 10th, but it's the second Monday of October is how it works.
There you go.
Hi Ham says Die Monkey wonders why she would want a mustache, and I kind of agree.
Well, to win the swag, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's why.
Die Monkey could have a frosting mustache.
Oh, there you go. That would be delicious. Okay, so if you have the chance, and everybody in the U.S., take the option to opt outside. You don't want to wait in the rain and in the cold at 3 o'clock in the morning outside of a Walmart to save $27 on a TV.
There you go. Hashtag opt outside.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to share. Just a little bit of that. I thought that was really interesting. And yeah, per the comments in the chat today. Now I recall that I did hear about this last year as well. I kind of forgot about it and then started seeing it about a week or two ago from REI, and I thought that's awesome. And I just thought we should, it's something we should promote through the podcast.
Mm-hmm. We typically opt inside because tomorrow's the day we pull out all the Christmas ornaments and start putting up the tree.
Well, that's a good tradition.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So there you go. Now, I won't be the first one with Christmas lights up this year because driving through the neighborhood today, we see that a couple of houses have decided that, you know what, electricity must be cheaper this year than it was last year because, we're going to put enough lights there to, confuse airplanes as they fly overhead. Why are they landing here on our street? Oh, it must be the flashing lights.
Oh, I thought because you're the top of the hill there, that's why they'd land on your street.
That might be.
Yeah.
There were flashing lights, though, in the neighborhood. I don't know. We can only assume somebody tried to deep fry a turkey. It was a 2-alarm fire.
Oh, no.
You can go out and smell and go, yeah, that's burnt food. That's not a burnt house. That's a burnt food. So I don't know what the smell was, but
hopefully nobody was hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
That can be pretty dangerous.
Yes, we've seen the dangerous videos. Don't do that. Brian Lang says, my Christmas lights are up. I didn't take them down last year.
There you go.
That's efficiency.
Okay. Iham says, McClendon's Hardware ad slogan this year. Go Griswold this year.
Yeah, I bet that's their ad slogan. What do they sell?
Everything.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tomorrow, though, is it just tomorrow? Wits End at McClendon's?
It's the weekend. They got a deal.
Weekend. Spend $100, get a $30 gift card.
Yeah.
Like, what do I need at the hardware store?
No kidding.
30% off, basically, of everything.
Go buy your materials to make your next gadget cache.
There you go. Now, there's a good thing you could do, even if the weather's crappy, and so you maybe won't opt outside to go somewhere because you know how the weather can get here in the Northwest this time of year. So if the weather is not too great tomorrow, why don't you work on some puzzle caches as a family, or build something? It doesn't even have to be a gadget cache. Just grab some spare materials out of the garage and see what the kids come up with. Build a better mousetrap.
There you go.
Ooh. What do you do when you catch the mouse, though?
Well, you've caught the better mouse.
Oh. I don't like Wet Coaster tonight. He says save $70. Don't go at all. Well, that's probably true. However, there are some things you need. And if I can, save 30% on my everyday needs.
Yeah, if you're going to buy it anyway.
Yeah.
That was me. I had some things I needed to buy. I was going to buy them yesterday, and I saw that ad, and I thought, well, I'll just wait a couple of days and save some money.
Yeah. Well, you'll also have to probably deal with madding crowds.
Yeah, except since the deal's good all weekend, I don't intend to go at 6 a.m. I'll wait. What I need is normal routine hardware stuff. It should be there.
There you go.
That's all we know. And that's only because we're going to go all Griswold this year with 100,000 imported Italian twinkle lights.
Yeah.
Very nice.
No, not that many.
Gonna get one of those laser projectors.
You know, those look interesting.
I actually kind of like that idea.
Mm-hmm. Cover your house in twinkling lights with just one thing staked out in your yard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easier for somebody to drive by and steal.
Exact. Oh. Then keep it on the inside.
Just projected on the windows.
Yeah.
Dance party.
Oh, that's it. That's all I dance.
CNW rave.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, did we cover off everything we need to cover off tonight?
Think so.
All right. We're gonna make it a short, sweet one.
Yeah, we intend to keep this one short. So
holiday special.
Exactly. You know, because we're really tired from all that turkey and tryptophan and heavy gravy and, 3 bottles of wine.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't have any of that.
So. No, that was just my mother-in-law. Wait. Oh, never.
All right.
It's not true.
Chris's last podcast.
Yeah. So, in memorandum, where could our listeners find us, if they wanted to, talk about a nice eulogy for us?
Well, hopefully that's not what they'll be talking about for us yet, but for the Land Monkeys, you can find us at landmonkey.blogspot.ca, and for any of our contact info, check the contact page there or the contact page on Caching NW. As well, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, we're at LandMonkeyGC, and on Facebook, Team Land Monkey, and of course, new videos still keep coming out. Search YouTube for Land Monkey.
Always quality stuff there.
Yes.
Thank you.
I watched those videos. Those are quality videos.
Good stuff.
Thanks. How about you, Wits End? Where do we find you?
Let's look for Wits End at Twitter, Facebook, geocaching, wherever. Pretty much I'm at Wits End on most places. Pretty easy to find.
Pretty much at your wits' end on most
I'm
places?
Pretty much at my wits' end. Holiday or not. CNW, sir?
Well, that's exactly right. Caching NW. You can find that on Twitter. You can find Caching NW on Facebook. You can find Caching NW on Google+. Or, you know what's better? Head on over to cachingnw.com/hosts and read those bios, and you can click on the links right there. You don't even have to type anything, except for cachingnw.com/hosts.
There you go. And maybe we'll even get one written up for Buckland one day.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Right. Well, folks, we want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode of Caching in the Northwest. Remember that you can be a part of the show by calling 253-693. Give us a comment, ask a question, send us anything but turkey, any time of the day or night. And of course, you can email us at feedback@cachingnw.com. You probably can't email us turkey. Also, your support helps to keep quality shows coming. So if you enjoyed this brief but fun show, please click the Patreon link on the cachingnw.com website. The show is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license, copyright 2016 by Chris Umfenauer. And remember, stay tuned for
the after show.
Suddenly got very large in here. And I don't want to hit the stop button, but yet I do.
Did you?
No, I want to.
Okay.
Bryling, no, I'm not going to be sleeping on the couch tonight. That's all I know. Okay.
I can guarantee his mother-in-law does not watch the podcast.
No, my sweet mother-in-law, who I really did love, has passed away.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And we got along really well. It was fairy tale almost. She idolized me, so everything seemed right.
Yeah. Well, how can you go wrong?
That might be stretching it. No, that's exactly right.
I can also guarantee. Never mind. I'll just be quiet now.
Thank you.
Well, since we're in the after show, the first FATAS I see here is from IHAM, #FATAS. I really, in uppercase letters here, miss being able to vote up comments, and I totally agree. I think
I do too. However, I can say as a host, it's really nice that you can't vote up comments, because you would change the order in which the comments were listed. So I would come back to find something, and I was like, somebody voted it up. I don't know where it is now. So
However, once we would select something and read it, it was gone.
it was gone. Yeah. I can remove the comments in here, but I prefer not to.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, I agree with you. Who was that?
That was I am.
I am.
I thought it was nice because it gave a feeling that, hey, I agree with this, rather than putting a me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It gave you that +1 option.
Exactly.
We see that Wino Seattle went on the Darien Power Trail rampage today in the snow with Rambudo. Happy Turkey Day, gentlemen.
Nice. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us on the show again, Wino Seattle.
And about the laser projectors, just
Mhm.
don't point any of those laser projectors up in the sky. They can blind the pilots.
You could point them at quarterbacks, apparently.
Yeah, apparently in Mexico, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Monday Night Football, guess what night it was on? Didn't we talk about this last week? Or did I talk about this?
Well, we haven't had a show since Monday, so.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I've talked about somewhere else. Monday Night Football was in Mexico City at Estadio Azteca.
Yeah.
And that's normally where they have soccer matches.
Right.
Well, somebody was sitting in the stands with a green laser pointer, and they were pointing at the Houston Texans, particularly the quarterback and running back, as they were in the middle of a play. So you would see the laser pointer, flash up and down their body. I'm like, wow, that's tacky and dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it's commonplace there for the opposing soccer teams to be hit with the laser.
I suppose it's better than a bullet, but still.
Yeah. No, that's coming. Isn't that what the lasers are for?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought it was rude and dangerous, but, that was coming from my ethnocentric viewpoint.
Well, there you go.
So if it's a green laser, it's at least a 5-watt device. My understanding is you can do some real damage to someone's eyes.
I'm sure you could. There you go.
Well, I know Seattle says skills with that pointer, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're up in the stands, you're probably hitting 100 yards away. So being able to find anybody with that laser pointer, that I'll give you that.
All right. All right. Well, moving along.
And the Mexican national soccer team wonders why other teams hate playing there. I'm sure it's just the locker rooms.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm sure there's lots of other things going on.
The fact that it's 7,500 feet of elevation.
Oh, man. Yeah. You can't breathe.
True. I forgot about that. That is.
We think Denver's high at.
I was going to say that's higher than Denver, isn't it?
Yeah, 5,300 feet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mile high. This is like a 1.5 mile high city.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wino Seattle says in Philly we used to throw snowballs and D-cell batteries.
You can D-cell batteries in the snowballs.
Man. Wow. That is one rough crowd, I'm going to say.
Philly sports fans are tough. But they've got the best baseball mascot in the world.
That's true.
Which one's that?
The Philly Fanatic. You can go check out YouTube videos.
Okay.
A talented mascot.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I have no idea what it is. Oh, let's see.
So Brylang says #FATAS. I posted a bunch of Mount Rainier info above. So
I'm looking for that.
Yeah, basically he said check out their Twitter feed for information, and that their Longmire and the gates open all visitors must carry tire chains. And
all visitors to the Paradise area must have tire chains. The gate opens daily at 9 a.m., weather permitting.
yeah,
I think
it's a national park, not a state park. I did misspeak.
I think the camp family shared some of that information about the chains and such in a previous after show. I remember having that conversation before. It was enlightening. What?
I don't know. I just thought that was funny and enlightening.
It was enlightening. If you're
It was
from up here and it's a place you want to go, then you're aware of the fact that, certain times a year, you absolutely must have chains, even if there isn't actively snow on the ground.
Brylang, you can't post a link. You can now. He says, for gate opening info at Mount Rainier, check at Mount Rainier NPS on Twitter.
yep.
There you go.
I didn't know that. Now I'm going to go look.
There you go. All right.
Gate to Paradise at Longmire is open. That was 9 hours ago. Chains or all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive required from Glacier Bridge up, 5 miles above Longmire.
Yeah.
That is a fabulous use of Twitter to let you know that the park is open.
Yeah. Using it like a tool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
good to check it before you leave, because once you get up there, you don't have any cell coverage. So
Yeah, we
At least I
haven't cached in that area yet. Although I'll have to say one of the new things on my list now
Mhm.
is to get out and do the Olympic Peninsula with their new geo tour that they've just launched out there. That just looks great. I was doing a little research
That
into
does look interesting, yes.
some really interestingly placed cache locations.
And if you're going to be around Rainier, you're not going to be able to get to all of them, but the Visit Rainier series, they have 4 series to this geo tour, and it really is some quite nice caches.
Yeah.
So there you go. I said it.
All right. So what's this from Wino Seattle here?
I'd like to know how extreme geocachers take the thought that geocaching is a lifestyle. I mean, how far can you take this concept?
The geocaching is a lifestyle. Not sure what they mean by that. I mean, in the sense that it's all you do all the time, or it's your only form of recreation. I don't know. I guess define extreme geocacher, but I really
geocaching is a lifestyle. Yeah. Land Monkey, I would consider you as part of the geocaching lifestyle. You seem to be that's all you seem to do is geocache.
We do it a lot.
And eat your weight in macaroni every year.
Well, we'd love to get out, and part of it's social though, because we definitely go out and do a lot of geocaching with other people, but we go away on our #geocache road trips pretty often as well, and just pack up the truck and the two of us go. I think that's part of it as well though, that if you've got a significant other who absolutely loves it as much as you do, then it's much easier to become, lifestyle. I wouldn't necessarily call it a lifestyle, but I would call it a primary hobby. Lifestyle would be once we're retired and we can really just, all we have to do is go geocaching. I mean, that would be pretty awesome. Or,
I know several people around here who are retired, and that's one of the main activities they have with their grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And take their grandchildren out geocaching and hiking, and of course themselves.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's a nice idea. Now, it's a game, not just a game, but a lifestyle. Some people have said it's a quasi lifestyle. he goes on to say, you can see that I'm in my bed next to my wife and watch as she watches me type on my cell phone. So hence the typos. Subway Mark says, well, let's go back to IHAM. Says some great earth caches in Rainier National Park. Cacher K2D2 is one of the park rangers, to which Subway Mark says K2D2 lives in Albany, Oregon, who are also
parents of K2.
Parents,
the parents. Sorry, I missed that. Yes, you're right. The parents live in Albany, Oregon, who are also geocachers. DJ Bach, the entire family does promote geocaching. So
that's awesome.
There you go. I feel like I've met DJ Bach before. That name sounds familiar. Maybe I've read a Glow.
Maybe.
Yeah,
that name does sound familiar, and certainly not one we would have seen on logs too much around here.
From Albany, New York, or Oregon. Did I say New York? I meant Oregon.
You did say Oregon the first time.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You're good. I got your back.
Now I'm questioning.
Got your back, Turkey boy.
Thank you. Maybe I don't even know what part of the world I'm in.
Maybe.
He was on Geo Gearheads for cruise caching. There we go.
That's probably why we've heard it.
Mm-hmm. Subway Mark, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Subway Mark.
We were just in communications with Subway Mark today, and
we're
gonna have him on the show towards the end of the year. So just get excited for him because he's coming back.
Awesome. He's a great guest. We've actually got some interesting shows starting to line up here as we get into the tail end of the year. I can't believe we're at 174.
I know. It just sneaks up on us, doesn't it?
Sneak it up on 200. And we got to figure out what we're going to do for 200.
It's 26 weeks away.
I know. That's not a lot of time.
Which is half a year. That's
like half
months.
a year. Yeah.
But you're right. That's not a lot of time. IHAM says, Jester and Blooming Idiot, which we met at an event this week, retired, just got back from 6 weeks of caching through the UK.
Huh.
Went through the UK, Ireland, Scotland. And I think that was it.
Nice.
So, that's right. We do have a Tacoma cache machine coming up, says Wino Seattle. So there's a cache machine coming up. Is it
into December then?
Well, they're always at the solstice.
So when's the next solstice? It's
21st.
Yeah. Let's say almost mid-December, December 21st.
So now I have to go look.
What day it'll be a weekend? Saturday?
It's always a Saturday.
Huh. We'll have to look into that. Might be fun to come down for that.
I need to I'm sorry. I'm trying to do some things here. Let's see. If we go to the profile of I blocking out his name.
Travis.
Thank you. Travis L. I thought I had him on my friends.
Wow. Guess not, eh?
Not a friend?
Maybe you used to have him as a friend. Till you forgot his name. They said,
okay. So Tacoma Cache Machine.
Yep.
Which is his 50th cache machine, by the way. He plans all these. Is January 7th, 2017.
January 7th. Okay.
Mm-hmm. After that is the Quad Cities. That's March 18th.
Where's that?
Well, it's, like the Tri-Cities, but one more.
Is it actually the Tri-Cities area?
No.
Okay. So don't mess with me like that. I don't know your state.
Wow. Okay.
Why don't you come up here? I'll give you some good directions.
How about Vancouver? Oh, that's Vancouver, Washington. Sorry.
That's a little
I read that and I was like, Vancouver. Oh, wait. Let's see. Quad Cities, Beaverton, Kelowna, September 23rd.
Really?
You know where that is, right?
I know that's right by the Challenge Bear.
Yeah.
That's Buckland's favorite GeoArt.
Then Grays Harbor, Wenatchee, Vancouver, Washington, Colville, Shelton, Walla Walla, Centralia, Chehalis,
Wow, he really plans these out in advance.
Chelan. Yeah, he's got them out till
2023.
2023. South Whitby. Yeah.
Good gravy.
Surrey, June 2022.
With the fringe on the top?
Like Surrey, British Columbia.
I would assume.
I would
Surrey.
assume
That's
so.
funny. That's a ways out there.
Yeah. Wow. Let's see. He started in December 28th, 2002 in Bremerton.
And hasn't looked back.
Vancouver, BC in 2009. Do you remember that one?
I remember something happened the next year in Vancouver, BC.
Huh, wonder what that was.
Oh, I don't know.
Subway Mark says he's worse than me for planning my vacations through 2020.
All right, my friends, I'm starting to wear down.
Too much turkey.
No, not no turkey, but I don't know if anybody is listening cares or is aware, but I've actually been quite sick for the past week, which is why I actually haven't gotten out geocaching. But Mrs. Land Monkey did and went out with our usual group of crazy people, including Bri Lang and Three Hams, who
Well, they are crazy.
I don't see Three Hams in the chat tonight, but he might be working. But went out with a whole bunch of that group and had a great time in the rain. And I slept on the couch because I'm recovering from a bout of tonsillitis.
You're infectious.
I am. So
Well,
don't
we're
stick my
glad you're
microphone.
feeling better
Absolutely, yes.
and you're less swollen. I mean, I get, emails all the time showing me how to enlarge certain body parts. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, on that note,
Oh, that's different somehow, isn't it?
I think that's probably different, but yes.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah. Anyhow, but yeah. So that all said, I am still recovering and I need to go get some sleep because I can't hashtag get outside tomorrow to do my hashtag stashy selfie.
you could do a stashy selfie inside.
That's true. I could do that, but I don't think I could win.
No, you can't. But any of our listeners can.
Okay. So
Don't forget,
folks,
you've got, what do we have, 6 days or 7 days? How many days in November?
6.
30. You got 6 days, 5 days actually, because, this one's wearing out.
This
Get a
one's
new
really
day.
wearing out.
Yeah, get a new day. This one's wearing out. Okay, folks, thank you so much. And until next time, get out and get caching in the Northwest.
See you next month.